Hello there again, yes it's me Ghost Critic, it's another week, it's another round of comic books. Let's get straight on. It's number 21 of the Unwritten. Now I don't know whether this has had some weird shipping dates, it hasn't felt like it, like I've had to wait and wait for another issue. But I was so surprised when I found out that this is only part 3 of the current arc. I know, as well as a lot of the rest of you, a lot of titles these days are aiming from the graphic novels market as well as the single issue, especially Vertigo, and you find a lot of their stories or story arcs last about 6 issues, and that wraps up all nicely in a little book form for us all as a collected work. So I really thought this was a lot further on, which isn't a huge bad thing in my book, because I love the Unwritten. Carey's work on this is just fantastic. He's a master storyteller, and in our current homage to, I suppose, the Moby Dick novel, we have had Tom sucked into the book and dealing with coming to terms that he is actually having to live in a book. But we don't, the great thing about Carey is he doesn't forget about his other characters as well, because we still have Lizzie and Richie on looking for Tommy really, and we get to find out a bit more about the puppet lady and her part in the whole mystery cabal. We also learn a bit more history about Tommy throughout it. It is just a very engrossing book, it really is. I hope a lot of people are buying this, because you know Carey has got a wealth of material that he can use. I mean, the whole gamut of literary culture. I hope he brings some more up-to-date, more contemporary titles to draw from. But I am incredibly happy with this, and there are some nice little touches that, you know, really get you thinking. So if you're not buying this, buy it, collect the graphic novels beforehand, and just catch up, because it's well worth it, and I don't want to see this go the way of many Vertigo titles. Probably a bit late with the next title. I think probably my comic book shop forgot that it has changed its title slightly, but I still want to know, you know, I had some issues about the character changing in this. It is of course now called Black Panther, Man Without Fear. It's issue 513. We've got a new writer, David Liss. I actually had never heard of him before, and it's not really surprising. He's more known apparently for being a novelist, and this is probably just his first-ish dip into writing for comic books, and he ain't half bad. I can have him on here. I'm happy with this. What we're basically, it's the transition from Daredevil to the Black Panther to protect Devil's Kitchen. There is a nice little quick cameo from Matt Murdock, you know, letting T'Challa, the Black Panther, inviting him, I guess, into Devil's Kitchen to look after it. He sees a lot of himself in Black Panther and vice versa, and so this is a setup issue. It's Black Panther finding a secret identity so he can walk around Devil's Kitchen and get to know the place. The artwork by Francavilla, very kind of pulp noir styling, which very much fits with the kind of story that Liss is going for. And there's still, you know, there's still plenty enough action in here for a setup issue. We're getting introduced to new characters. I did say I was worried about this because Daredevil is up there as one of my favourite characters, and having Black Panther take on this title, of whom I knew little, if anything, about, I was wary. Currently, I'm happy. I like this. I like the interesting way it's going. It's still thrown in enough so it feels like it's still part of the Marvel Universe. We get, you know, hints about the super soldier serum being used on, you know, other people. So I'm glad to see it's not being taken straight out of context of the whole Marvel Universe. So I'm going to give a kick up the rear to the comic book guy and just remind him, yes, I still want to get this, and we'll see how it's going. And that has to be one of my shortest videos yet, but there's a couple more coming.